Good morning, all you beautiful love streamers out there, and all of you who are on Zoom and YouTube, Facebook, wherever you are. We want to welcome you to the Center for Spiritual Living Charlotte. I am your host, Horace, and if this is your first time, we want you to know that we are so delighted that you have chosen to join us today. Because with modern technology, we are extremely grateful for this opportunity to touch so many lives, especially as we share those wonderful happenings at CSO Charlotte. So please feel free to visit our website, csoCharlotte.org, put in a prayer request, and subscribe. We add to our recordings and to our website each week. So let me tell you about who exactly we are, the Center for Spiritual Living Charlotte. We are a New Thought community living in ancient wisdom philosophy based on the science of mind. This science of mind philosophy was developed in the early 20th century by writer and lecturer Ernest Holmes. Dr. Holmes was a man on a mission. He studied truths from all of the world's religious traditions and spiritual paths. Holmes developed a fresh new way for us to look at ourselves and how we fit into our world. He's been referred to as the great synthesizer. At CSO Charlotte, we want you to know that every philosophy is honored along with every race, sexual orientation, and physical distinction. We want you to know that we are a diverse, open, and affirmative community. There are many paths to the divine. We can call it God, peace, love, spirit, infinite mind, or the I am presence. It really doesn't matter what you call it. We just want you to know that this is your power that resonates within you. You do not have to leave your philosophy or nature of knowledge. You can join us anytime because we recognize and refer to many of the Holy Scriptures, such as the Bible, the Quran, the Torah, the Upanishads, and the Bhagavad Gita, and that's just to name only a few. So, our vision statement here at CSO Charlotte is to continue a spiritual community, creating and preparing a succession of future leaders who can fully integrate, teach, and expose the science of mind principles, messages, and practices that strengthen the mind, body, and spirit of individuals. One of our aims is to create a high collective consciousness for everyone in this community. And we teach everyone the tools to do just that. So come and join us as we meet each Tuesday evening at 6 p.m. And you'll find out more about what happens there, especially we going deeper on the Sunday theme, which I want to tell you our theme for today is the body, mind, spirit connection. So, welcome everyone and enjoy our service as we celebrate this powerful being which lives within each and every one of us. So, before I'll pass the mic over to our fabulous and illustrious spiritual leader, I want to leave you with just a couple of brief thoughts, and they're brief thoughts, but I just had to just bring that to your attention because when I saw them, they were so awesome. And they're both by Paramahansa Yogananda. And it goes like this: you must not let your life run in the ordinary way. Do something that nobody else has done, something that will dazzle the world. Show that God's creative principle works in you. And the next one is live each moment completely, and the future will take care of itself. Fully enjoy the wonder and beauty of each moment. And with that, I'm going to pass the mic over to our awesome, fabulous, fearless leader, Reverend Rosedale.
Oh, that was fabulous, Horace the Bush, our MC. You know, that was awesome because it made me remember everything you said revolves around the mind, body, and the spirit. That's how you get all that stuff done, balancing that. So, welcome everybody to the Center for Spiritual Living, Charlotte, the Mind, Body, Spirit Center. The first thing we do in our spiritual community is we open our Sunday celebration with an affirmative prayer. Speaking of celebration, I like to say celebration because why? We woke up. We're on this side of the ground. We can see, feel, hear, and taste whatever we choose. So we're here in mind, body, and spirit. So, first on our platform is the one who opens our celebration with an affirmative prayer. And that person, the warrior of the day, the prayer warrior of the day, is our spiritual practitioner, our licensed spiritual practitioner. Everyone's a practitioner, but she's our licensed spiritual practitioner and emeritus practitioner at that. So she is going to do our prayers. We open up for the mind, body, spirit connection. Now you'll hear her in her prayer, whether she's balanced in the mind, body, and spirit as well. Now, if you want a prayer to balance your mind, body, and spirit connection in you, put in a prayer request. Go to our website right now. And when you do, request balance to balance your mind, body, spirit connection within you every day. Okay? So here's everything. You have to put in a spiritual mind, you have to put in a prayer request to receive a spiritual mind treatment or an affirmative prayer in your email, right? So Mo, who is doing our prayer right now, is the one who will be doing that. So listen to this. If you have not received a prayer request from Mo, you did not put in a prayer request. So Mo, let it rip.
Thank you, Reverend Rosedale. So let's just take a quick moment here to turn within to that still quiet place where spirit resides in each and every one of us. And I know that as we connect to that divine intelligence within us, that our lives are enriched. I know that this service from Reverend Rosedale and all of this amazing community here is filled with joy, with love, and with the pure intention of touching each one of our lives down to that heart space. For I know that everything that takes place here today in this service meets and exceeds all of our expectations. For we are fed, we are enriched, our lives are rewarded beyond any type of measure that we can think of. I know that everything within this service runs smoothly and easily. So as I release this intentional prayer for this service here today and for this amazing community, I know that it is already done because Spirit is aware of my intention immediately. So as I release and I let go and I let God, I know that we are all enriched beyond any kind of measure. And together we can lock this in for ourselves by simply affirming, and so it is.
And so it is. I think I'll accept that enrichment in my talk today and in my walk today. So thank you, Mo, so much. So next on our platform is our reader. Now, JT. I can't call people their real name anymore. I don't want to. That's what it is. But anyway, Jariva Trailer is our reader for today, and AKA JT. So I'm sure that she knows the mind, body, spirit connection because she knows what it feels like. Let's put it that way. I know she does because every time we come to that yoga mat together, we automatically all activate this mind, body, spirit connection because that's what it is. It's the union. That's what yoga is. So listen to her reading today and you'll balance the mind, body, and spirit within you a little easier until you get your prayer and do it, right? So after JT's reading, listen to the song called Thank You by Fearless Soul. And so when you prepare yourself for the mind, body, spirit center connection, make sure that you feel your power as you balance the mind, body, spirit center. JT, cell connection. JT, make it do what it do.
Thank you, Reverend Rosedale. Today's reading is from the Science of Mind magazine, and it's titled Bankroll the Body by Reverend Karen Russo. Your body is a temple of the living spirit. It is spiritual substance. Ernest Holmes' Thoughts Are Things. How are you tending to the temple? Are you consciously creating a strong foundation for the spiritual life? Or are you, like so many, sometimes treating the body like a machine, an enemy, or an afterthought? When we ignore or deplete the physical body, we feel it physically, mentally, practically. And a diminished human experience in the body affects our spiritual life. Prioritizing the care of the body is a smart decision for physical, psychological, and spiritual growth. Your precious body is worthy of your attention, respect, and resources. Of course, the pure, eternal, intelligent nature of our spirit can flourish independent of any physical effect and in any type, size, age, or condition of the body. For many of us, we discover that choosing to build a robust, healthy physicality provides us with a more receptive, aware, capable vehicle for expressing our spirit in the world. Often the big structural choices we make in life, where to live, how to work or contribute, how to be in community, have great impact on our physical bodies. Many are re-examining assumptions about work, money, career, and family life. If your professional or lifestyle choices are eroding your physical health, you have the power to prioritize the care of your body, soul, and spirit. The wholeness and intelligence of the divine in you is unlimited, and from that reality, new life structures can be built. Caring for the physical body includes food, shelter, sleep, hydration, activity, safety, pleasure, and expression. Be creative and resourceful in finding modalities that provide you with what your sweet body needs at the price points that work for you. Ultimately, self-care is essential, not a luxury. Spiritual practices like meditation, yoga, chanting, and prayer have direct positive effects on well-being. Invest time, energy, attention, and financial resources into your body's health and happiness, and you will reap the spiritual benefits for years to come. And so it is.
We'll start with the short centering as you relax your eyes. And it's really, really important that we start off with thank you today. There's a lot of reasons for thank you because gratitude is the attitude that gives you the altitude to put you where you need to be to manifest all of your desires. Because when we go on rampages of happiness and excitement and how great our life is going, the universe knows nothing else. Oh, she's thankful. Oh, she's grateful. But who am I saying thank you to? I'm talking to me, that power within me that keeps talking to me. So breathe in really deep right now and say thank you in your mind as you're breathing it in. And really exhale out slowly because that song totally describes the mind-body-spirit connection. So in your deepest gratitude, say thank you because you're letting the mind lead the body to be still, which leads the gratitude, which stems your good. So when we feel fear for the things that seem so big and over us, then just be thankful for the insight that, oh, there's fear lurking. And you know what? Here's what I love about gratitude. The longer and you could take this I and make it you, but the longer I feel thankful, the better I feel because the mind, body, spirit is connected at that point. If I'm outside and I look at the beautiful trees and all of nature like I was yesterday, oh my God, seeing 1,001 tree trunks up in the sky, to me, I just have to say thank you. The fear is easily released. So deepen your spiritual practice and your mind, body, spirit balances. Now, you know what I always tell you. It's your choice. But I have just one simple question. You know, I got to ask this to go into you. Do you take the time for the mind, body, spirit connection? Because actually, you're at choice. And see, you can take that choice and choose to use spiritual practices in doing it, or you cannot do it. But no matter what you do, you are activating the mind, body, spirit center on one side or the other. It's the way it is. So just wiggle your fingers and your toes. And as you do, float your eyes around your space and begin to find something to connect you back to the present moment. So I got to take a gratitude moment in this present moment and say thank you, Horace the Bush, for being our operations coordinator and also doing the MC today. And thank you, Mo, for that incredible prayer, that opening prayer, and your closing prayer to come. And thank you, JT, for your reading, because that reading, oh, I just love the title, Bankroll the Body. Come on now, treat it like money, because that's what it is. The mind, body, spirit connection is phenomenal. And for me, this is what I say, that the mind, body, spirit connection has been incredibly profound and transformative for me over the last 30 years. I can't do it without all three together. I know that. I'm so aware of it. But see, let me start by expressing how deeply, deeply, deeply I appreciate this mind, body, spirit connection because it totally enriched my journey. Everything I do, my personal healing, my well being, it's all been enriched because I've taken that time to nourish all three anytime I practice. You see, but this is the deal. The mind is a powerhouse resource that drives evolution into the body, through, in, and as the body. But that's just this concept that I understand. I love it. And see, here's the thing. I use the term evolution because listen, everything doesn't go one way. Everything goes two ways. The evolution can spiral up or it can spiral down, regression. But that's your choice again. See, because evolution is just simply cycles. It's cycles of growth, transformation, or again, regression. Pay attention to your life. So here's my question. Do you understand the profound influence of your thoughts? And they come everywhere. Your thoughts and your mindset. Do you know how profound they are on your physical well-being? I had to take that one in. Because for me, my personal experience, no matter how horrific my life got at times, it helped me to develop those personal, hiccups, helped me to develop a keen interest in science, in research, in the body. So I'm grateful for all of my personal experience, the good, the bad, and the ugly. Because that's what made me who I am today. Being the happiest person I have ever been in my life. Every day I say that. I am the happiest woman I've ever been in my life. Because no matter how happy I was yesterday, it's even better. I have come to profoundly, really and truly appreciate the power of the influence that my mind, body, spirit connection has over my health, my wealth, my faith, and my vitality. My energy is way off the chain, as I say. But you know what? Here's why I'm so grateful. And I got to keep going back to that song. Thank you, my eyes, my ears. I'm grateful that I developed this keen interest because it makes me want to read. It makes me want to listen to videos. It makes me see. Because, see, science unveiled the complex interaction between the mind, the body, and the spirit. It unveils it to us. So if they're already showing you proof, why don't you try the stuff? Research in the mind body medicine, well, you know what it shows me? It shows how our thoughts and emotions directly impact the immune system. Mind, body, spirit. And what I do also know is that chronic stress that comes from negative or adverse thinking, it's linked to critical health issues. People don't realize it. They hear these cancer, they hear diabetes, they hear all of these things. But it's how you sounding like a Baptist preacher, huh, Groovy? And it's really a good thing. So, like, you think about it, your cardiovascular, I mentioned cancer, right? Organs, all your organs in your body, the blood, Jackie, the blood, the disorders, and guess what else? The weakened immunity. You can weaken that thing, but you can see now, you like to listen to your body because it's easier. You like to say, I'm not getting up today. But that's not your mind working. That's you allowing the body to take it over. But listen to this. Our minds are not just a tool for processing information. Oh, I'm reading this book. No. The mind, body, spirit connection is when it's balanced, it takes care of and heals every soul, every piece of our body, every aspect of our life, every part of our world. But you got to use the mind. See, I see my mind as simply an entryway into my unlimitedness, if I can make that word up, and my growth and my healing and my transformation. It's like that. Why is it like that? Because I literally see it that way. Or I could use the word feel. I can even sense. When you're doing a practice or running from your practice, it's on you. But this is what I do know. You got to realize that you got to keep those three things sinking. When you find yourself hitting the road into some craziness, because if you never practice, you and wait till every time something's going crazy. Okay, now I'm losing it. I need a call so I need a prayer. I need it. Whoa, hold up. Every single day you wake up. Are you grateful? Do you talk to yourself? Do you get yourself? No, you just running, never taking that time until something happens. Then you do. Don't do it then, because then it's harder. If you wait until the chaos hits, the crap hits the fan, you have work to do. So in JT's reading, let's take this to real heart. I like how she said how important it is caring for the physical body. She said that it doesn't just mean that you just eat right, but it is included food, shelter, sleep. Oh, you need your liquids. And when people say I'm fasting, I'm like, why? Do you have a reason for that? What about activity, exercises, keeping yourself safe, pleasure? Oh, I'm going to the movies. Oh, I'm on a date. Oh, I'm doing these things. All of this is important because the mind and body is sensing all of this. because it's a big expression of us. And I constantly remind my clients all the time when we working out or we're talking that taking care of your body, like JT's reading said, it's not a luxury. I say it's not a luxury, it's a necessity constantly. But the reading said essential, but it's still that. Nonetheless, you got to know how essential it is. So, what do we do to ensure that our minds lead us to self care? Well, spiritual practices like meditation, maybe yoga, maybe some chanting. Oh, one of the things I do love now, since I was doing this talk, I got back into my rampage of joy, my rampage, however you say the word. I just go on those rampages when I'm driving or when I'm sitting there, when I first wake up in the morning. I go on this rampage thing of joy and gratitude. Then I send a text over to Groovy and Groovy and Shauna B. You know, all those practices have a direct effect on our well-being. But the elaborate and very intricate interaction or reciprocity that it goes in between the mind, the body, and the spirit, what it does is it creates such a beautiful picture of your own well-being, so much till you feel it. So while you're exploring your intricate connection between your mind, body, and spirit this week, think about how tons of wisdom is being poured into your cells, and it's leading you to things like balance, to peace, tranquility. It's leading you to self-realization, all that wonderful stuff. And I love the word celebrate. So isn't it time to celebrate this remarkable harmony and balance and you, as you enjoy the beauty of each one of your days, the beauty of the balance that you're in, because that mind, body, spirit connection should be united every day. Now, one of the things I must say, I talked about research in the beginning, but my search in the epigenetics field, what it did was it showed me how my mental experiences, because I go back when I'm reading and I learn stuff and I say, oh, wow. So all that time, what I was doing was having imprints left onto my inborn expression. That's what the mental experiences do for us. But either you're going to be on a spiral going up in evolution, or you're going to be going in regression. Now, if you're going in regression, there's your dis-ease. But if you're going to take that thing up and you're going to go higher, then you're going to go to your greatest good, your good that you truly want. See, the way we perceive and respond to the world is really important because it's the influence that our genes, the epigenetics says that our genes are activated or silenced in us by various influences and actions. Now, I'm not going to do this whole big old class with you, but that's exactly what happens. The genes that are activated shape our physical responses and the proneness to diseases based on the evolution process. Where are you in your evolution? Are you regressing? Are you moving forward? But wherever you are, you're found there. And epigenetics, what it does, it explores how your internal, eternal, external, outside, how your outward factors influence your genes. It's your lifestyle. It's your environment. It's your life experiences. Epigenetics is the study of all of that. And I was so impressed to get deeper into that this week. So just remember this week, it's not just about you and your flesh and your blood and your body. Because let me tell you something else. You know, we have this, I'm not doing this whole big old class, but again, I got to go a little bit further. You know, the DNA spiral? Well, that thing never changes. But external factors and things like that and how you respond does. So that DNA sequence is always healthy. You're the one creating the ill health by your evolution going up or down. Remember that. See, in my own personal journey, I have seen all the reflections of things like during my time, I guess I say, I experienced firsthand that stress and negative thoughts took a toll on my body back in the day. I'm not going to go through all of those things. I've done it so many times. I don't need to today. You know what I mean. I wasn't always just healthy as I am. The thing that tickles me is I get healthier the older I get. I was worse off in my 30s and 40s. But all I know is all those things that happened to me back in the day was a wake up call. And what it did was it propelled me towards making sure I'm prioritizing what's going in and out of my mind and how I'm responding with my mind. See, my body manifested all kinds of stuff because all it wasn't going to tell me you're dying. It was just a sign that caused me to find a connection to all of this that's going on to me. That's what sent me to the science world. But it wasn't just about me easing up on my stress during that time. It was always about me developing a better mindset. And it was all about me developing a better mindset for harmony and balance in the mind, the body, and the spirit. That's really what it was all about. And also what I learned was through my practices, like the mindfulness practices I love every Tuesday night doing with everybody here, but I also love doing them by myself. And I get any excuse I can use to do it. A person will call me and says, I need prayer. Then at the end, I will do this long process because I want to. If I'm in my mind, I want to get in there because that balances me. You know, I do those things, meditation, mindfulness. Also, I love spiritual prototypes. One day when you take some of these classes, you'll see how spiritual prototypes are made. But what I learned was I learned how to nurture a more positive way of looking at life and being a part of life. And so as I kept doing my practices over and over, I found myself in these awesome, awesome, profound transformations, not just in my mind, but in my bodily health as well. So when all is said and done, everybody, life is just a journey that begins with a conscious, and I love the word conscious, because that effort helps you to develop certainty. Sometimes when you're getting ready to make that journey and you get ready to go, you're not so sure what's going on, your confidence goes plummet. Build that resilience. Get that harmony and get yourself in balance. Get your practices up to speed. So this way you can start to recognize the immense power that you have in you in shaping just by simply, I should say, shaping your mind, body, and spirit connection. That's all you got to do. So when you're unsure of yourself, answer this question for yourself. When you're unsure of yourself, what happens to your mind, body, spirit connection? When you're confident in yourself, what happens to your mind, body, spirit connection? Here's what I'm going to ask you to do is make no mistake about this. If whatever you answered about the mind, body, spirit, ooh, so much stronger and in sync. Good. See, what happens is the mind, body, and spirit connection, whatever you answered that question to be, it is totally true for you, Jackie. So, my last question is this before our song comes up. What's your latest affirmation? Tell me you got one, because if you say, I don't know, you better be thinking one, because I'm not going to ask you to tell me because you don't have time. But is it about happiness? Is it about joy? Is it about health? Is it about wealth? Is it whatever good that you can possibly conceive to ask yourself for? You're asking yourself for everything. You always think there's something outside that's going to dole you something. No, no, no. You're going to do it. But if you ask yourself for something and you go to bed, you're not going to get it. There's nothing going to dispel your blessings. But I challenge you to create your own affirmation, because When you say it over and over and over again, it's just something that I call repetition is the mother of skill. So in this next song, I have my man, Eddie Watkins Jr. He's going to sing an affirmation, but I want you to take that affirmation that he says to that beat and replace it with that. Because if you repeat this over in your mind, and you don't have to repeat his, repeat yours, you'll see what happens. So with that being said, listen to the song by Eddie Watkins Jr. Money is Coming to Me. Thank you, Groovy. Said he got more than enough to share, more than enough to give. It feels like it's already there. But that's what he said. But what about you? You want to say health? Health keeps coming to me. Don't make me sing. But you know what I'm talking about. Oh, a relationship is coming to me. What about that? You know, a house is coming to me. Come on now, put that beat in there. And once you get that thing in that mind, it's nothing that body won't go after. Because if your body is doing all the work and not doing anything for you, and you just sitting there laying and letting the mind go, guess what? You will have regression. I don't even want to tell you that, but if you are up, always moving and evolving and learning more about your mind and moving, using your mind, oh my God. So you heard how he sees money flow in his life, but what do you see flow in yours? Marvelous. Thank you so much for that. Always keeping us informed. Everybody's always keeping us informed, which is a fabulous thing to do. So at this time, I like to mention birthdays because, again, I was talking again to people this morning. You gotta be celebrating stuff. You know, I already got shot of beef for that. But if you tell me something happened, a great event, and you didn't celebrate, you know what I'm gonna do? I'm gonna say celebrate it. Well, I feel the same way about your birthday. If you don't celebrate your birthday, that you're not proud of the day you came to be. And when I know your birthday, you will hear from me. So know that. So this time, just remember, if I don't know your birthday, just pop it in the chat. Oh, I love that somebody did that on one of our YouTubes. They did actually put their date and their month. Just the day and the month. You don't have to, look, this is not Social Security. You do not have to give us the year. So, all right, listen, just put your birthday in. We'll acknowledge it. So let me give some big, great shout outs to our team this morning on our platform. The first one is our MC, Horace the Bush, and our operations coordinator. And for our opening and closing prayers that's so beautifully done this morning is our spiritual practitioner, Mo, who will be sending you, because I'm quite sure you're about to go out there to the site and put in a prayer request. So then you will receive one. Good for you. And thank you, JT, for that reading and that message, because it was a harmonizing one that harmonized right along with the mind, body, spirit connection. And thanks, Timmy P, for being our pilot and making sure all the other ins and outs are done in there, back there. And thank you, Alan, for your wonderful announcements. And to our, what I call her, my spiritual harmony steward. Yeah, that's Groovy G. And she keeps things clean and quiet all throughout the meetings. And that's why I call her the cleanup woman. And that's my story, and I'm sticking to it. So did I miss anybody? Probably not. So before the last song, consider this. Today we were all about inspiring ourselves to wake up on the mind, body, spirit connection. Don't sleep on that no more. You have to understand they're one and the same. They're one of a kind, but you got to bring them together, right? So remember this. We talked about being thankful, the first song, and then we talked about affirmations in the second song. When you start to tie all this stuff together, you start to say the affirmations help my mind helps me help my body, and then that connection together helps me, myself, and spirit move into the direction I need to move in. Come on. The mind body spirit connection is something that you really want to get together so that you can experience new life things going on in your life. So before we close out, the final song is for us to be grateful is important, because thankful and grateful, I had to make it today because the mind, body, and the spirit center. So let's center. You know what I mean? So it serves as a reminder, this last song, for balancing the mind, body, and the spirit. So before Mo prays us out, we're going to hear this song from Karen Drucker saying that I am grateful. Wow, I am grateful. I really loved how Chocolate chimed back in and said she's grateful to be here. So, welcome, welcome, welcome from me too. So, as we wrap up our time together, let's practice this week to balance the mind body spirit connection. So, use your power within this week. Use it to practice, but look for results. Practice. Remember, the universe is constantly supporting you on your journey. So until we meet again, before we do that, what am I know what I didn't do? We got to say, Mo, come in and do our prayer, please.
So as we once again leave this service with a heart filled with joy, with unlimited possibilities for this upcoming week, I know that each and every one of us start each day of the upcoming week by being grateful for who we are, being grateful for this amazing community that supports us continually on our journey, grateful for the lives that we get to express and to the lives that we get to touch. So as I go forward, and I invite you, as we all go forward as a spiritual community here, that our intention for the week is to touch the lives of those around us with love, with laughter, and with joy. So I release and I let go and I let God, knowing that we are the emissaries that go out and brighten the world. So it is.
Oh, beautiful. Beautiful, beautiful, beautiful. Thank you. We couldn't have done that better. We couldn't have given that more justice, Mo. And so, with that being said, wow, I'm going to say it again. Welcome, Chocolate. But before I say it, let me quit playing. So, until we meet again, everybody, make sure that you have decided what you're going to do this week. Are you going to make this chain, mind, body, and spirit, one for you, or you're going to keep it scattered and run around? That's all your choice. But whatever it is, know that I'm holding the light high for you, that you make the right choice for your life. So, that all being said, everybody, I want to say have a great rest of your